Oh my god, it's gonna fall. I literally have like, God knows how many series are here. I literally have this like worst habit in the world. I would start a series and not finish them. Today is the day that I have to hold myself accountable, okay? Okay. As you can see, half of my bookshelf is literally empty. It's because I have all the series that I started but did not finish. And we're gonna talk about if I'm gonna continue them or not. This might change. So, just kill the bug. Okay, so before we start, don't forget to subscribe and like. What? Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more book content, and also like this video. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the Housemaid series. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna read this. I'm not probably, I am gonna read this book. I read The Housemaid. Housemaid got me back into reading. Then I read The Housemaid's Secret. I gave them both 5 stars. They were both amazing. Then I have this, but I just didn't have time to read the third one. But I know I'm definitely gonna read this one. The Twisted series. So I read the first book. I read The Twisted Love, right? I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't my favorite book of the year. To be honest, I love In a Wing. I love King of Sin series, but the first book, I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it. And I know people say that I should keep reading because Twisted Games is so much better, but like I don't know, I'm in my fantasy era recently, so I am probably gonna finish these series, but I just don't know when. Speaking of In a Wing, so this is the series that I'm definitely gonna finish, the King of Sin series. I read the first 3 books. I just didn't read the King of Sloth just yet. I was just waiting for it for some reason. I don't know why I was waiting for it, but I was just waiting for it. This is definitely what I'm gonna read. King of Wrath, Dante Russo is one of my best book boyfriends. Let's move to the Chestnut Spring series. Elsa Silver got me into cowboy romance, and I will get into it in a second. Cover your ears. I don't think I'm gonna finish this. Series, flawless. I did not like it. And again, I know I've been hearing it a lot that the second, the third, the fifth, the fourth book is way much better, but it literally, flawless, kind of put me in a reading slump. Like I had to DNF it. Speaking of Elsa Silver, so currently I read the first 2 books of the Gold Restaurant series. The only reason why I'm not continuing reading it is because I have the new covers and I wanted to tab the new covers, so I'm waiting for the 3rd book to come out. I think it comes out in November if I'm not wrong. I literally ate the first 2 books right up. And I have these like the OG version too. And I don't have the Off the Races OG version because they're selling it for literally like $90. It's literally everywhere. So I'm like, I'm not sure what this series is called, but it's the Bridesmaid for Hire series. I read the Bridesmaid for Hire and I heard that the 2nd book came out and I thought this was a standalone and I was kind of shocked that there was a 2nd book. But I want to read this, just don't know when. This book, oh my god, the main male character gave me the egg so many times. Like if it's the same as this one, I don't know if I can read it. We have the Boys of Thomas series. I read The Binding of 13, right? But as I was reading it, I realized that I was not in a healthy mental capacity to read these books because it is so emotionally devastating. I don't know if I'm ever going to be ready for reading the rest of the series, but I know I am going to finish the series. Maybe I should start reading it now. I don't know. Now, so can we talk about how stunning the UK version is? Just putting it out. US book publishers, do better. So I started the Windy City series, but I'm gonna be honest, I only read 20 pages. Then I was like, I kind of want to read a fantasy book. So that's why I don't want to say that I started this series because I officially never like really started it. But I do want to get into it because I know everybody says the 4th book is so good and I want to read it because I don't want to be left out. And I know you're probably watching this and you're like, girl, which series did you finish? Not a lot. I have a problem. I need to stop buying the whole series if I don't know whether I'm gonna like the book or not. This is what happened. Actually, I liked the book. I don't know why I didn't finish it. This is Dark Verse series. It's Like there's like a bajillion books. I don't know if I can show it to you. Like the first book is, where is that? The Predator. So I finished this book and it was kind of left on a cliffhanger, but I didn't feel like reading the second book. So I don't know if I want to continue this series. Do you think that I should read this? Let me know. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the huge fan of dark romance. And if you're a dark romance girly, good for you, mama. But maybe it's just not for me. This is literally like books. How many books are there? I don't know. I can count. Hades and Persephone's Saga. I'm gonna be honest. I ate Touch of Darkness up. Loved every second of it. And I'm like, I don't know what I can do like other than read this series the whole month. I read Game of Gods, Game of Fate. I don't know which. Then I read The Game of Fate. And I'm like, oh my god, 80s perspective. I love it. Then I started reading Touch of Ruin. Persephone. She pissed me off so much that I had to take a second, breathe for a second, then start reading it again. Also, there was no communication between the two of them. They were just like, every single time. Sometimes kissing is great, but maybe you should just talk about your problems, okay? So I DNF'd this. Now I'm reading Nightbane. It's the Lightlark Saga. Like, I'm not sure what this saga is called, but it's a Lightlark series. Devouring it. I'm eating it up. I'm so excited for Sky Shade. So I will be finishing these books. So it literally took me 3 tries to get through Lightlark. Oh, I see a really controversial opinion coming. The ACOTAR series. I DNF'd this on the second book. Yeah, you heard it right. On the second book. The best book. But I'm gonna say this is a soft DNF. Now that I read Throne of Glass, I might get back into this. And I promise you, there's only like 2 series left. This is the Crowns of Nyxia. The Serpent of the Wings. The Serpents and the Wings of Night. This is literally Hunger Games meets vampires. I devoured it, but I kind of saw the ending coming because maybe I'm reading a little too much of the same style of books. I read the first one and I never read the second one, but I haven't read this like novella book, so I'm gonna read this. The book that I'm gonna read. Promise you. Last but not least, Once Upon a Broken Heart, the Archer and the Fox series. I will not be reading this series. Controversial opinion coming. The age gap between them. She's 17 and he's a bajillion years old. And I know it's not that deep, but I could not look past it. And I literally bought the whole series. I have the US version too. And also, what the hell is this? Like, this is criminal. So yeah, that was basically it. If you want to see more book content, just like I told you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I will see you guys later. Bye!